How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another YouTube video. Actually here watching these dogs with my girlfriend, well, now fiance, actually.
Fiance.
We just got engaged yesterday. And, I mean, you can obviously message me and ask more questions about that, but I just wanted to, I've been getting a bunch of messages about work-life balance, work-life integration, and, like, how to manage all these things. You know, we're coming up on 100,000 cash this month. I've been planning this. Well, kind of planning, half planning. It kind of just happened. I'm at my grandma's house watching dogs. It's all kinds of moving pieces, and yet the business is growing. And, you know, I'm not having to do this crazy isolate myself,
Yeah, you're not hunkering down and...
No, and the business is growing. And I just want to talk, and give a very healthy message to a lot of the entrepreneurs who are trying to grow their businesses but are having a hard time balancing their personal lives.
Well, and you struggled with that a lot when, maybe a year ago. You've been learning a lot about it, I feel like, in the last year, 8 months.
No doubt.
Like that.
So,
Yeah, you used to talk a lot about how you just needed to, hunker down and, spend, a month just putting in the work and whatever. And then, you started having that shift of, I don't need to do that. I just need to integrate everything and
Yeah, I'll tell you. So a couple key things that I have in mind for this video. First of all, work-life balance doesn't exist. It's work-life integration. But even those two words, using two words for work and for life, like work life and then life, you've got these two separate concepts in your head. You gotta be really careful with that, because reality is if me and Lily end up getting married, which we're gonna get married, and we're engaged now. She's the most important relationship that I have outside of my direct business partners, right? And so if I, as a man, don't have clarity on where I'm going, then honestly, you can solve for the gaps that you create in trying to have work-life balance by having clarity of vision for your life as a whole and where you're going. So, I look at some of the most successful entrepreneurs, people that are doing, 8 figures a year, multiple 8 figures, or are even worth, billions of dollars. And the ones that can sustain it over a long period of time, they don't have their work life and then their life and personal life. And they have clear boundaries, sure. I'm not going to ask Lily to hop on a sales call or a coaching call if she's not ready for it, something like that, right? There's obviously clear boundaries. But I would encourage you to blur the lines. I think some people are afraid to do that because they're afraid, oh, what does that mean for my life? What does that mean for my ability to be steady and have clear thinking? But I would encourage you to blur the lines and stop creating those lines. But anyway, just trying to move back out of the video for a second. I'm gonna go back over the table. I would just encourage you to think about, all right, why have I created these divides in my life? Is it because I'm scared to blend them? Is it because I'm scared of judgment from, this portion of my life about this portion of my life? Because that was me. I used to be worried of all right, if I put Lily in a room with all my clients, is it gonna be good? Is it gonna go bad? I don't know. Now, I mean, babe, you're looking forward to the meetup we've got.
Oh, yeah.
Genuinely. She can't wait for it. And that's so important to me, that I can find ways that my loved ones can participate and be excited about it. And that then also my business can support and be excited about my personal. So I would really, really encourage you to blur the lines. So work-life integration is a better term than work-life balance. But I would even use just whole life harmony. That word harmony has been really on my heart recently, and it's allowed me to have more peace in making this decision to get engaged and to, propose to Lily. You see, we're literally at my grandma's house. This is my grandfather. He passed away December 1st. I wear this necklace that Lily made for me, kind of in remembrance of him. So I'm not even at my office. But what's crazy is we're doing the best work we've done in forever. Just revenue-wise, this month has been incredible. And what I realize is that if you can build a life where all pieces benefit all pieces, and it's not you've just got work and then life and then fitness and then faith, and you create these silos in your life and they can't actually grow together. When you do that, and by the way, this is me as a baby right here. And these are my siblings, which I think is kind of funny. I'm the only one in a cup.
You're just chilling in a little bowl.
Chilling in a little bowl. But yeah, I want to encourage you guys, seriously, this is the biggest blessing I could have asked for, and in my business and my work and what I do here. It's incredible that, once I stopped trying to separate and create silos in my life, everything got better so quick. Like, even our relationship has gotten better, and my work's gotten better. We make more money, we serve clients better, I can have more focus, because I'm not going from like work brain into like Lily brain into like family brain. I'm separating, instead of separating them, I'm tearing down those walls and saying, all right, like this is either going to be one big mess or one big success, and it's all going to rise or shrink together.
I think it requires a lot of trust. Like, I feel like the key of all of it is like communicating with your family and the people involved in your life, and like telling them what you need, and like, I need space to like go to the gym every day, or I need like support in this business because this is what it means to me. And I think that once you're like vulnerable, and I'm super sick, I don't normally sound like this, but once you're like vulnerable, I feel like it's easier for people to just be able to like honestly see your heart. And,
vulnerability and boundaries.
Space. Yeah, vulnerability, boundaries, and like, you know, once you have asked for what you need from those people, you also have more freedom to like, I know that I'm going to be taken care of, and like I've spoken those things. And so if they violate that, I can set a boundary. Or if they serve me in that way, like I have freedom and like care to serve them and what they need. So that's just like my
and like what's nice about the model of integrating your whole life too is it forces you to personally grow. You can't like have a healthy relationship and a healthy business and a healthy I didn't know what you were trying to do, and a healthy faith and a healthy by creating these silos. It requires you to have genuine internal personal growth, and the people that are closest to me on my team, some of the clients that work with us on a higher level, people that have seen me throughout this past year have seen just a massive shift in who I am, because when you create these silos in your life, you can't actually grow. And, you know, I believe what Jim Rohn says about business. You know, he says, you know, you want to become a millionaire, not for the money, but for who it makes you become along the way. And I have personally benefited far more greatly from the personal growth of experience to being a business owner than I have any of the money that it's granted me. And I'm more excited about, you know, what it's taught me about how to be a leader and how to communicate well and how to sell, you know, and how to build a good market fit product, and just the core principles, and as well as the more technical principles like product market fit, as well as the more spiritual principles like being able to have hard conversations with people, with my team or with clients, being able to let go of people that you might really, really, really wish things could work, but it just won't work. You know, these are principles that apply in every area of your life. And if you create this separation in your life, you don't enable yourself to grow naturally as a byproduct. So I'd encourage you, you know, start creatively thinking of ways that you can include your loved ones or include the people around you in your work and your business. I'm telling you, I personally see it as God's favor. I see it as God's favor on your business. That's how I see it. If you can find a way to creatively include your loved ones, you will invite God's favor into your business. That said, you know, if you're more of a secular thinker, you may just think, oh, it's a universal concept of harmony. You know, when all things work together in harmony, the outcome can be generated or created with more both efficiency, speed, and as well like ease. And I put this thing on my Instagram story, which, by the way, I'm disabled on Instagram right now, so it is what it is. We're still gonna do pretty well this month. We're pretty present on a lot of channels, and you know, we're great kind of across platforms. Like, honestly, even if I just had my email list, we'd be fine. So I'm not worried about that. But shoot, what was I gonna say? I put this thing on my Instagram. That's right. I said, you know, my favorite affirmation recently has been, you know, business is easy, and I'm really good at it. And just saying that, it has really brought a lot of peace to me, that like business is easy and I'm really good at it. And to be honest, business is not hard. Like, what is legitimately hard is like having successful personal relationships. It's growing as a man and as a person. And if you're a woman as well, I mean, I hate to just like say as a man over and over again, but that's how I see my world, right? I come from that lens. So yeah, I just hope that this is a valuable video. You know, don't think about work-life balance. Don't think about, oh, this amount of time goes to work and this amount of time goes to this. Because you're going to create these silos in your life. And just like if you have like 3 businesses, they're all destined to fail. If you have like 3 lives, they're all destined to fail. So you want to find ways to integrate and merge these forces so that they can harmonize. So hopefully this is a good message for you guys. Hopefully this is a valuable video. Let me know what you think in the comments. And I would ask you to message me, but again, I'm not on Instagram right now. But let me know what you think in the comments, and leave a like on the video. It helps the algorithm, helps us spread the message. And I think, just seeing the response that my community has given me when I talk about these things, it's been incredible. Like, people's genuine response is like, I never thought about it like that. I need to have some hard conversations. I need to integrate some people, and I need to let go of this like overwhelming sense of desire for control of everything. And it just, I needed to do that. Let me say this, as a beginner, I needed to learn this lesson the hard way, because if at the very beginning of my journey, I started to say, okay, how can I include my brother when I didn't even know how to generate revenue yet, or to say, all right, like, I'm ready to get engaged when, like, I barely had any predictability to my business. Like, I can understand if you're at that stage where you need to isolate for a while, but as soon as you can, get back out of that state of isolation. I probably had to do that for a year, maybe two. I'd say about a year and a half to 2 years. I went through that. And I can say it is useful for a season. It's useful for a season. You need to do that 0 to 1 jump. And I see myself as just now arriving at 1. We're just now coming up on being, a 1.5 to 2 million a year profit business. And I think it's an incredible thing to say. But I needed to go through that season of kind of digging in and creating that leverage, and almost, you can imagine it almost like what would it say? Kind of like sticking a crowbar in the ground, picking up the ground so I can have some leverage so I can start to rip the rest of it up, right? I almost had to do that for a while. It took some effort and some pain and some sacrifice to really do that. But now that I've got that leverage, I can just start ripping everything up and building what I really want to build. And once you feel yourself getting to that stage, come back out of that state of isolation and find ways to integrate and harmonize, not just integrate, not just force things to be, but actually find ways where everything can win. And that's when you start to create a life that is truly just like, success just pours out of you. It just is a natural byproduct of who you are, as opposed to it being this like state you have to get into. I hear you guys talking about, I need to get my head in the right place. I've had a busy week. It's like, dude, don't create these silos in your head. Create a life that allows you to stay in that state constantly. Anyway, hopefully you guys appreciate the video. Again, leave a like, helps the algorithm. Leave a comment, let me know what you think, and I'll see you all in the next one. And I want to add a little thing to the end of that video too, like friends. This is a big one. I just think like I talked a lot about family, but friends as well. When you can start to build a business that you're like excited to run and that you're passionate about, your clients, your team members, your associates, they will legitimately become friends of yours. So I don't like this idea of like, oh, friends are people that you casually hang out with and you just kind of watch TV or go, and there's a time for that. Like this, it's not like that you don't relax, but for me, I've met incredible people through my business. And like even Lily is excited to meet, particularly some of the women that are coming to our event. Like they're just such incredible people with high standards for their life, and they're doing well in their business. And so it's like you can create this incredible network as a byproduct if you just stop seeing your clients as separate from your life. So anyway, just wanted to say something there as well. Hopefully this helps.